Greeting everyone. Welcome to the Uncut and Real with Miss Leslie, where I speak about the things in the community, what people think about and would like to think, but is afraid to see. Let's go. First of all, I'm a shareholder here at 𝚂𝚑𝚎𝚎 Housing, and many of you all know for years, we have this board here been rigging our election every year so they could remain in power. My thing is coming forward. I tried everything to have shareholders meeting. They tried to stop us from using the community room because they don't want to see the shareholders come together. I'm about having a legal and fair election where board members could be according to our bylaws, where they could change and get new board members. That's part of our bylaws. Our bylaws have been violated over and over by 𝚂𝚑𝚎𝚎 Perry and the rest of board members. They've been in power and running the board for the past 16 to 17 years. All right, so I would like to have a new board, and it's only fair that the other shareholders get the opportunity to run for the board. Most of the time, the election is like a secret. For instance, in the mailbox, some people only get the nomination form without the package. That's one wrong. Secondly, our election is always keep in our community room, where each of the shareholders could come together and we meet our neighbors and greet our neighbors, and we know exactly who's living next to us. Now, they have a new invention. They decided to do Zoom. On the Zoom meeting is a form of discrimination because our seniors, some of them cannot really go on the Zoom. So they are out. And then they claim that they didn't reach a quorum and the remaining board stayed there. Let me let you all know, according to our bylaws, I don't have it in front of me. I'll try to make a copy and give everyone a copy in my next blog. But our bylaws clearly states if a quorum is not met within, I think, 28 days, the board has to call an election again. So that election will be called, that annual meeting will be called, so the previous count of the votes will match up to the new count. So then if we get a quorum there, then we move forward to the election. All right, so that is why we love the community room where all the shareholders could gather. They come in, they sign in, name, apartment number to make sure you're the legit shareholders of record. Because right now we don't even know who is shareholders or who is renters right now. So that Zoom, we should never have that Zoom. For years, we've been keeping our meeting in our community room. That's how 𝚂𝚑𝚎𝚎 get elected. That's how 𝚂𝚑𝚎𝚎 get elected. So why it is that you want to do this on Zoom, where sometimes people go to work, they forget, seniors cannot get to maneuver with the, it's technology now. So a lot of people don't really know, the seniors here don't really know how to go on Zoom. So I am calling for our election to be held in person. I'm also going to talk to 𝚂𝚎𝚎, so that my next Zoom, I will try to get a representative from 𝚂𝚎𝚎 to be present. I'm also trying to get new shareholders who would like to run. I spoke to about 4 of them who is also interested, and I know I will try to make them come on the blog so you can see who it is, and those is who you vote for. I am fed up of the all, so it's like this board gotta go. They're not effective. They gotta go. And thanks to the management company and the attorney for the corporation and the election services. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing to keep that board in power for so long. They know exactly what they're doing. You see? So I am just thinking about the dictatorship. Too much dictatorship here. We got to stop with dictatorship. People, if I'm going too fast, let me slow down. But most of people know I speak my mind. And it's time this thing gets into the open, let other people who have the same problem in other Corp realize it's the same thing going on all over. All right? And next thing again too, our election is supposed to take place May 31st each year according to our bylaws. By May 31st each year according to our bylaws. Every year they violate this. Every year they violate the election. They do whatever they want. So we have January to hold election, we have February, we have March, we have April, we have May. And by May 31st it must be done. This board violates the bylaws and keep the election whenever they want to. They choose whoever they want to run, and they keep running over and over and over and over. And then, what they claim? Shareholders don't, people is in arrears. They say that about me all the time, but I don't really care. People in arrears so they can't run. No, not that. You need to have campaign where the shareholders could go and actually get people to and vote for them. And you know, we don't even have that. We don't even know the candidates. So my blog is now, I want to actually get the candidates. So I'm trying to send up new people who is shareholder here. They're not my friends. We just need a change. We need a new board. So I'm trying my best to try to get shareholders who are interested to run. So if you have a neighbor that you know would like to run, because I know all of you are fed up of the same old. All of you are fed up of the same old board who've been there for years. But just you're afraid to say it. You all didn't get to nowhere. We need this to be exposed. This is our home. And we have rights. Every decision making 𝚂𝚑𝚎𝚅 housing, we are supposed to be part of it. They don't do that anymore. Changing of our bylaws. We're supposed to know about our finances. We're supposed to vote on actually getting the lease. They skip us and they just run the place however they want. Many of you all don't even know that every majority decision, we the shareholders supposed to have an input and vote on stuff. Changing our bylaws is the main thing. They put the bylaws how they want it to be. The board, the management, and the lawyer change the bylaws themselves without our input. At our honorable stockholders meeting and election, our community room is the perfect place to keep it. Because here why? That's where we actually get a quorum. You'll see whoever come down, they sign their name in. We'll know who is dead and alive, because people, the board members, they've been counting dead people for years. They've been counting dead people for years. Some people died, they still count them on their, which is wrong. So my thing is, tell your neighbor, tell your friend, anybody that lives next door to you, you know they might be interested, is a good candidate to run, let them come. The board is not no hard thing. It's not a scholar. It's not like the board is nothing too hard if you cannot go on the board. It's just common sense and having your own mind. It's not like you're in a university. It's just common sense and having your own mind and knowing to vote on stuff that benefit the best of the shareholders and the corporation, not to benefit their friends and family. You know what they do now? They're fooling people. They're doing the food stuff in the community room. So a lot of you all get food with the free food that comes every Thursday or whatever they all get it. Alright? Who wants to get it, get it. I'm not against that. Times are tough. Some people might want to get the free food. But don't make that deter you or make you vote for the board because of that. Or the free bingo in the community room where you all go and get a little sandwich and stuff. No. We are more than that. This is a corporation. This is our home. You have to know about our finances. It's very important. That is why I talk about the financial report. Even though some of us don't know how to read it, this is why we have to form the financials group and stuff where we could come together and say, hey, if you look under miscellaneous income, that is where they take most of our money. This is where all little fraud going on the miscellaneous income. Most of you all don't even go through that. So that's why we want to form a financial group where we could teach shareholders and educate them about the finances and how to read the financial report. You know, I remember once Oprah said, people steal you, your accountant steal you if you don't know, if you cannot sign your own check. So if you don't know what's going on, how would all you know if the corporation is not for sale? How you all know we're not going to receivership? I'm not saying it's happening, but how would you all know that? That's why it's important to read the financial report. Forget about the propaganda they put under the door about me and Leslie. Say that I'm the one with the truth. That's why they've been fighting me for years. I am the one with the truth. I ran for election in 2011, I get the highest vote. And since that, I've been fighting for the rights of the shareholders here. Not for my rights, only for the shareholders. Went on the board, certain things I didn't agree with. They used to keep secret meeting behind my back. As long as you don't get along with them and agree with the things they're doing, they cast you out. So I'm telling whoever's running for the board and they're listening to this, if you go on the board, you go with your own mind. You ain't go with a clique, you ain't go with a friend. I went with my own mind. That's why today I can stand up and be able to tell you what goes on that board. They keep several secret meetings behind my back, even though I'm a board member. Secret meetings behind my back. Because why? You're not going along with the wrong they're doing. I don't deal in corruption. And most people around here know I am straight up. Whether you like me or don't like me, I don't care for you to like me. You could like my YouTube channel, yeah. Press like for that. But you have to like me. I am just about the raw truth. That's why I name my channel Uncut and Real with Miss Leslie. All I can do is be real. And many of you all see me around here and only know I'm real as I can. But let's see how real I is. My braid, no makeup. I don't wear makeup. You know? But I'm just letting you all know we need to come together as a community to fight for our home. We need to come together as a community and fight for what. Make sure our light bill is paid. Make sure our water bill is paid. Most of you all just come from work. As you come from work, you just go to your apartment. You go back again to work next day. You don't care about nothing. No, that is going to get thrown away your money. Some of you all pay 50-something thousand. All right, I was in a 2-bedroom, 1, and then we transferred to 2. So I was at those days, like I was like 30,000. Now I think a 3-bedroom going for about 50-something thousand. A 2-bedroom going to about 40-something thousand. That's your money, people. You don't make your money waste. Don't make it go under the drain. Try to find about the finances of the corporation. I'll try to give you all some bylaws of the corporation. Learn about the bylaws. We have some governing documents. We have the bylaws and the certificate of incorporation. Get yourself familiarized with these documents. It's important. Don't just pay for your apartment, you go to work every day and you don't care about going, somebody talking, whatever. Sometimes many people pass, I'm not trying to explain to them and they see the face turning up. I want peace. You know, if you want peace, you gotta take your peace. This is your money. You spend this money to pay for this property. You gotta know what's going on with the finances. All right. Now, next thing again, management company comes. The manager, side manager change so frequently. This is our personal information in management office, people. Our social security and stuff anymore. Every 6 or a year, the manager change. It's frightening. It's a pattern. Every time we see a different site manager. Why is that? Why is that? And most of you all know I'm never a fan of Marion Scott, aka Submit. Because they have a history, and if you read about Marion Scott real estate, you will hear the history. So we were just trying to protect the board. Long time I was on the board, I told them, I said, that's not a good management company to take. They didn't listen. You know, so there's so much different things going on in Harry Silver right now people complain to me about. So I'm telling you guys, so what's the problem, people? People write and tell me so much stuff. They say, Leslie, I want you to talk about the dog pooping in the grass. They say, we want you to talk about the rugs that smell and stink. They say, we want you to talk about, I don't have it in front of me, but the amount of people text me and tell me they want me to talk about. But I cannot talk about everything right now, but I sure will be talking about other stuff. Somebody told me, say, Leslie, they're trying to take the apartment from the shareholders' children. How to apply for succession rights. So all of these are the things happening behind the doors that most of you all don't know. I just hope something happens to you today and tomorrow and your child or children will be able to inherit your apartment. You know, but now some people, they're trying to throw people kids. Because most of the people around here don't know their rights. If we ask for a little meeting, then the community will try to blank us the meeting because they don't want us to come together. The whole thing, this board wants to stay there and remain there and have us like slaves, like a dictatorship. We're not in Cuba. This is America. We have our democratic rights. And this board has taken away all of that from us. Some shareholders don't even know their rights. Some of them say, Miss Leslie, they give me a ticket for the elevator. I don't even know. You have to put on this curtain stuff in the elevator before people listen. We have almost 50% of the shareholders here as seniors. Not all the time they might read something, whatever and stuff. We don't have regular meeting. And do you know there's a law that we're supposed to have either 4 to 6 meetings? Don't quote me on it. I will pull up the law for you guys. The governor said we're supposed to, all Corps supposed to have 4 to 6 meetings per year. We don't get these meetings. We don't get these meetings. It's an update on what's going on with the finances of the corporation. And that is so sad. All our rights are stripped. And everybody knows that. All our rights are taken away from us. At least I still try to do something with the kids in the community. They don't do anything for the children in the community. Well, I don't believe in those holidays and stuff anymore. So that's why I don't do the Christmas party and the Halloween and the Easter again. But I still do Juneteenth and I try to make the kids be able to experience Labor Day. Enjoy the child where they could ride a bicycle, the scooter, and have the street for themselves for one day. All this board do, think about the seniors. Senior bingo, they give them some food with some little snacks, whatever, and there's nothing in the community for the young people. I even advocate for the kids to have like an after school program. We have so many kids and young people around here, nothing. And if we do something, they fight me for doing it and they're not doing anything. It's wrong. We're in 2025, people. It's the year of the awakening. The age of believing is over. It's time we speak up. Let your voice be heard. All right? All of you all have this. You all have this board. Have you all so scared Yes, I know, as a shareholder told me last night, we know they have been very vindictive, Leslie. Of course they are. They've been very vindictive to me. But as I always tell people, I am protected of my ancestors' protection all over me. I speak up, I believe in the truth, and I believe in justice. I hate to see people get taken advantage of. And this is why I created this channel, so we could speak up. All right, so you need to tell a friend, share, subscribe, and don't forget to like. If you have any comments, you're welcome to let me know what you think and how you feel. Okay? Peace.